Good morning. I'm right here getting some really cute things ready behind the scene. How are you doing? I'm setting up TikTok over here and we're ready. All right, let me get TikTok on the screen. And I need to put the camera in here, otherwise you won't be able to see. All right. When you don't go with your first mind, sometimes you get in here and flounder a little bit. Good morning. I was thinking about, let me turn this music down. And you guys, I'm sounding like Froggy this morning. It is what it is. I hope you are all well. Let me see. There we go. All right. I was going to, and you know what? I don't have my lights on for TikTok. Let me make sure. Listen, this is one of those days you probably should have had that cup of coffee. Even though it doesn't wake me up, it just kind of clears out the voice a little bit. I was wondering about doing this one first. And then it's like, okay, that's coming up because this one isn't Christmas. This one is winter. And then I was thinking about, you know what? I don't have both cameras on, you guys. Let me invite my extra camera on. Share that way you guys can see. Let me remove. There we go. Yep, I'm going right to painting. So I was thinking about this design, and it's adorable, and I just need to throw it in my folder. And then I was thinking about this one, but wait till I go grab the one out of the printer that we're going to do. This is absolutely adorable. And I am going to, this weekend, I'm saying this weekend, but probably later today, make sure they're in the art room. Okay? I'm going to make sure they're in the art room. Look at this. I need to put Mrs. Claus in the art room. Let me grab the one that we're actually printing today out of the printer. You're going to love it. Now, on the other streaming, channel, they could see it. All right. Why are my lights so dim over here? Let me get you closer. All right. This is what we're doing. Let me make sure that you guys will be able to see the table. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So cute, so cute. And we're going to do one kind of fast. I keep things kind of simple, and then we're going to just add a little bit of color. You guys, let me see if turning up the lights will be better over here. Wait a minute. Now, we don't have time for any of the foolishness that's happening. Okay, so that's better for that. And let's get started. I am so sorry. This little ratchety voice this morning is doing the most, but we are here. I hope, once again, I hope that you are well. Hope that you're ready to create. I hope that you can see. Let me make sure this is pushed all the way up. And let's see, is it better if I move you back a little bit? I don't think so. I think I need to bring you in. And you know what? I didn't flip the screen. That's part of the reasoning. Let me hit this, and I think that'll be a better view. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let me turn the music up a little bit because I just want to rock out and paint a little bit. Today is Thursday, so I go live, oh guys, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, at least through December. Then I may switch it up. Am I ready for winter break? I am. This water isn't too bad. Let me add a little bit in here. Oh, good gracious. So what I'll probably do this morning, I should be able to get this finished in 12 minutes. But if not, I will stay on just a little bit longer so that this piece is complete. But this is an easy, simple painting. And this is art with training wheels on it, okay? This is painting with training wheels. And so I like to do that. Let me make sure that you guys are seeing. Now, this isn't full color. We're going to add a little bit of coloring in here, right? Is this one available? Not yet, but good gracious, y'all. I'm so sorry. Make sure that you are definitely following and make sure you join my basic level. And I'm going to just call it, I think I'm going to start calling it standard. I am quickly adding some water so I can do a little bit of wet on wet so that when I add the skin color, I can blend it a little more easily because it's staying on the surface. I don't know why, certain things come across your page, but there was a young lady that made a post about folks that do the coloring, and they were saying it was supposed to be coloring for beginners, and why is there all kinds of shading and whatnot all on there? It was, and she was basically, upset with us because it's a little more complicated, she was saying than what they were saying. And I thought that was hilarious because she was upset, highly upset. Now, just like yesterday, and I'm going to pull the other painting up just as soon as I get to a good stopping point right here. All right. And I'll tell you what I'm doing, okay? So that she won't be upset with me. I thought it was so funny. I would share it. It had some cursing in there, so I won't share that to my page. But I thought, the sentiment. I understood it. Because see, if somebody told me how to change a tire for beginners, I'm going up in here while this is kind of wet right now, adding a little bit of shading. And this is that subtlety stuff. Okay. So I am adding a little bit of shading up underneath the eyes. All right. And kind of off to the side over here. We're going to say this is out of the light. Oh, I need a little more water to move that around. Oh, we did go a little bit dark over here, but we're going to use it. We're going to blend this on up. Come on around here. All right. Okay, so that blending is starting to happen. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to figure out now the better camera. I've got my document camera. It's not bad, but everything is blued out. You will see that with the watercolor, it can happen really fast. Like I said, the technique, you wet the paper first so that the paint doesn't instantly soak in to the paper. All right, so that's like half the battle. Let me keep going. I'm going to darken it up on this side because I know my paper is still wet, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. And I probably need to slow down a little bit because I've already gotten some paint where it shouldn't go, but you know, that's the nature of watercolor as well. So we're going to come on down here. All right. I'm just going to blend this part out right here. Maybe just a little bit more. Honey, I wish that I could just stay right here. Go get that cup of coffee, you know, do an egg with a little piece of brioche toast. Honey, growing up, we didn't know anything about brioche. I know about it now. And I would shout out the store. Now, some of you from Indiana out there on Grant Street, you might know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say anything here because, baby, when I tell you, they were hitting me up and down. Oh, that's my alarm. That's my alarm telling me to keep it moving. All right. Because like I said, this one is pretty easy. Even I think the young lady that was upset with some of the painters, the coloring people. I'm just going to come over here. Now, I am doing a little bit of extra shading. Okay. This one, I am doing more so than explaining. Right. But I could do a little bit of explaining as well. I'm just on the side of the nose, on the bridge of the nose. And I can't really see sometimes because the lights hit it. On the bridge of the nose, on the side of the nose, I'm adding a little bit of shading because that T catches more light. That T catches more light. And then there's the shadow on the side. Okay. All right. Let me come up here. I'm going to add a little bit. And I'm going to quickly blend that out. When you find that you add too much paint, just quickly dab it on your napkin. You should always have a napkin on the side. Maybe next week I'll go back to saying some of the basic things that you need to have. Because sometimes I get on here and I go to the techie technique side. And then sometimes I just get on here and paint. Okay, so here we go. I think we're a little bit more brown now. I'm just adding a little bit more pigment. Now let me lift this up so I can see if this is going in the right direction here. This is so much fun. Now, is this in the downloads right now? It is not. I will make sure to get that in there. Okay, so for my art room, 40 plus members, you can go, and I have a basic account that's no charge. Okay, then I do have the paid $15 one. But for a couple of these things, just join the basic account. You will still get a lot of value because I love sharing and giving. Okay, so get on in there. Now I don't know how long I'm going to keep that free level, but I think I'm going to always have that free level. But like I said, in the paid level, you'll get more. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add some stuff to this hat. All right, we're adding a little bit of water. We're painting with water just so that when we add the paint, it will blend a little bit more. All right, so we're just going to go in here quickly and just schmooze that around. I got to stand up, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't. The lights, now watch, stuff is going to start falling. Please don't start falling. The lights are preventing me to actually see what the color is. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You come to my art room at school for real, you'll see some of my uh, little mini me artists. They know to get on up and do what they need to do. Miss Fenoy, can I stand up, baby? You know what? Let me come and stand over there with you. Stand on up, because sometimes you have to get a different vantage point so that you could really see. All right, so we're going over here. And once again, if you know of anyone at Prang, let them know that we need this purple to be a little bit more pigment rich. All right, so I'm going to go in here with a little bit of red, because the red is a little bit more vibrant. So we're doing a little bit of red violet. Let's see, it's 6:56. We're doing okay. Let me go ahead and spread this on up here, and then I'll worry about the shading. I want the color, okay? So I just smoosh it all around like we're putting lotion on a body, within the lines, of course. All right, so we're getting that all up there, and then you could mix this stuff up. You can put on a layer of paint, let it dry, and come back with your colored pencils to really get really intense in there. And you know what? I'm going to come back. Let me remove. There we go. So that you can see over here that it's a little more intense than what you would normally see. So let's come on and get those lips. I know you're waiting for the lips. I know you're waiting for it. So I enjoy doing that as well. Let me get. All right. So now we're back. We're going to go back in here and work on these lips, because that's what you're waiting for. All right. I know it. So let's get up in here. Let's add a little bit of purple. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me make sure. And I didn't wet the lips. Let me stand back up. I can't see. When the paint is on the paper, it's highly reflective. And these, honey, I'm gonna call it, because this is at my house, but this is a little art studio. The studio lights. Now you hear where I'm going with that? And I may not have fancy equipment, lighting director up in here, but baby, when they call me, okay, we're just speaking that on out here. When they call me to come to the stage, to the studio, Shaniqua gonna be ready. All right, here we go. OMG, y'all. Let me hurry up so I can show you. This is so delicious. Before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do these eyes, like a little chocolate skin, chocolate eye. Let me go ahead and get that in there real fast for you. Then you will see, OMG. So this one didn't take long, and it's not hard. You just add a little bit of color. Why is this one so nice? It's because it's brought with training wheels on it, and I'm sure I'm going to have to come back to the other camera for that one. So let me see. Is this right on? All right. See this little watercolor sweet painting. It's so nice. Who is Shaniqua? That's me. That's my alter ego. You know, not coming against anybody whose name is Shaniqua. That's just a strong African American name that is powerful. So that's my urban girl, and then I'm Shaniqua Louise. Okay, so urban and old school country. All right, but I am a city girl, old school country, and so my kids, they know when Miss Fenoy is talking about Shaniqua, they better get it together, because we don't have time. It's time to get on this get it together bus. You know what? I'm happy with this. But what I will do really quickly, because that's 7 o'clock straight up and down. So thank you for joining. Because you know I'm on here 6:40 to 7 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. So if you need to get on off of here, please do. The engine had to warm up in here this morning, and this was not my original painting that I was planning to paint today. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. I will take a picture and make sure I post it on social media. Okay. Sometimes I forget to do it when I get off the air, but I'll do that today. So I'm putting this coat of lotion with this purple on here, spreading that all around, and then I'm going to go in here and get a little bit of red to make it more of a red red violet. Okay, so I'm just spreading that all around, and I'm going to push it out to the sides here. I'm trying to move it around because if you leave it, if you leave it in one place, it will, of course, continue to intensify. I'm going to add a little bit of blue around the edges here. The blue pigment is a little stronger. The red pigment is a little stronger than just the straight violet that comes with this. Okay. So a little bit of art blending and whatnot goes on. So even though I do the fun art, I am fine arts over here, and I love, like you say, sneaking in those vitamins, giving you the fun, but also still giving you some of the fundamentals. Right? I know there's like some kind of branding effectiveness in there somewhere, but this morning, I'm just glad to be on page. All right, I'm just going to go around in these little areas right here. Ooh, so January, I will make sure I'm going to get my son over here so I can set up my iPad so I can see and interact. Because guys, a lot of times when I'm working, that's what the after class before I'll get on and talk and yammer on a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to blend this one out. I've done a little bit more than what I want to do down in this area, but just doing just enough is sometimes just not enough. Sometimes you need to do a little extra. So that's what that little extra is. Just blending that out a little bit. And I know it's fuzzy over here. Let me see if I can auto focus. All right. So just adding a little bit of shading over there. And then I am going to do the same. Okay. Here we go. Lip, ow. And what you get that color on there. Now I can pop them out a little bit more if I add a little bit of blue with a little bit of black with color. Okay. This is just so blue and all right. So that is going to be that. I'm going to dip in some water. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color over here. And you don't have to go intense. That's the great thing about watercolor. It's here. Let me get a little bit of this. It's here. But it's, let's see. I just fixed some of that over here. It's here, but it's very subtle. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't always get those birds out. All right. We got a little bit of subtlety framing the face. All right. Now, this is officially after hours. It's 7:04. And then I'm going to log off. Just a little bit of blue. Need more water because it's here. Let's push that back. I like to play around with color. Okay, that's that fine art girl. Like I will always give you some tips. So I'm putting a little bit more blue in this one. I want that one to be cooler, and cool usually kind of goes in the shade, but it recedes. It's there. But this one, we're pushing that one back. We want the warmer shade up close. Goes back a little bit, the warm one kind of advances a little bit. And of course, we could color the hair. We don't have to. OMG, thank you so much. Looking good. Ashley, thank you so much. It is so much fun. It is not in my downloads right now, but make sure you click up there. I did put my link to you up there so you can go ahead and get into the art room. I have the basic level, and I'm going to stop calling it basic. I'm going to call it standard or something. I'm going to ask the AI to give me another word. I'll go just simply to the, what do you call it? The dictionary. I'm going to go to, let me make sure. Let me make sure, because I was back over here painting, it was blurred. Oh, yeah. Okay. So all I want to do now is 7:06. I don't want to stay on past 7:10 today. I mean, it is intense out here. Now, I made a few little faux pas over here, but we're going to make them work to our advantage. I'm going to grab a little bit of this gray just on the tip. Okay. Let me see if I can get in the camera. Just on the very tip to treat it like a coloring book page. All right. And I'm going inside of the eye. So the eye itself is a little more grayed down. But that pop, that highlight will come straight on through. All right. Okay. It's there, but it's not there. Okay. Now, I didn't really add any shading to the hat. I could add that shading, but the black lines kind of carry the whole design. So this is art with some training wheels on. And like I said, I still throw in some fine art clips. I'm going to go in here and mess around with this hat. I'm going to throw a little bit of blue up in here, but I don't want to mess around with it too much. So let me work that out. I just want to blend that out a little bit. Let me put a little bit of water. Ooh, what's going on here with the brush? And see, it's shiny over there, so I can see. I don't know what's going on. Let me just take a little bit of water and just kind of go over here so that edge won't be so harsh. I am going to get a little bit more purple. Now, see, I can sit here for another 20 minutes, and you really won't tell a huge difference because it's a strong, nice, powerful image. But sometimes those subtleties really do make a difference. Now, I can put bell pepper, celery, and onion in my dressing. I can hunk them up, throw them in there, but if I take a moment to finally dice them, they're there. You won't, you really won't notice them because they kind of melt away. That's what this is. So we're doing a little bit of fine dice. A little bit, not a lot. Here we are. Just grab this over here. In this side. Do we need to do this? No. This is team do too much. I am going to just warm right along this right here. That's too much. Too much. And again, I need. Let me see. I'm so sorry. The big old head is getting right in the way of me. But the lighting at the top is really, 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 really good. Okay, let me see what I'm doing. I need to just kind of dab all of this in. Leave it alone, y'all. I am having too much fun. I'm having entirely too much fun. Let me see if I can. I am having entirely too much fun. Let me see. Let me look and see. Should I add a little bit to this one? Should I move that down just a bit? Let me get off this other. You'll help me as I dismiss over here. Let me make sure I come back over here because and all right. Okay, this is Bernaid Flournoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter. Honey, I'm just a portrait painter. I love portraits, and let you get in close on some of this goodness. This is so much fun. This is art with training wheels on, and I'm so glad to invite you in my studio. This is the third live this week, and I love inviting you in for a little bit of art practice. All right, that's what I used to call it during COVID. Y'all, I would get on here and paint because I absolutely loved painting. It calmed my little mind down and just kept me focused so that it filled my cup so that I could continue to fill others, especially when they send us back to the classroom. Let me look at you real close. When they send us back to the classroom, when most of America was not back in the rooms yet. So I am just going back and forth. I need to be still so I can get my YouTube shot, right? All right, because YouTube needs a shot. Let me pull this back. There we go. Honey, I'm trying to get it together. All right. Yes, we got visitors right back here on this camera. They're right here. And we're signing off. It has been, oh my goodness, I didn't realize we had to comment. Okay, bless you, woman. I'm so grateful. Love that. Let me put that up there so I know that you're there. Come on through. Come through, lips. Yes. The lip, there's a couple little techniques I can show you about the lips, and then your lips will be amazing and wonderful all the time. Same with the eyes. I'm your tip resource, okay? I am your tip resource. I love to create. So yes, let me make sure I show you that, and then I'm out of here. Peace to you. Share some of your light, your joy, and your talent with someone else, okay? Make sure you pack a little extra sometimes, because people need the joy, right? You know, the holidays aren't happy for everybody, and right now I love it. I love it because sometimes it really warms people up.